It is so hard to find a part-time job as a student. It's like you'll be applying and no one's reaching back to you. Student, I really recommend that you go into this. So the best paying job for a student is... So today I'm going to be telling you how you can make over £2,000 a month as a student. This isn't going to be your stereotypical get a part-time job kind of video. This video is going to be extremely helpful, so be sure to grab a cup of tea and a notepad and pen, and make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more content like this. Let's jump right into it. So first of all, as a full-time student, why shouldn't you get a part-time job? Now, I'm not discrediting part-time jobs because I know that students often do need it and often is the only way to make money in university, but part-time jobs have an expense to them. It is important to note that the hours of a part-time job are very inconvenient for a student, and it's often at the expense of your grades or your mental health, and sometimes it's just not worth it, especially when there's so many opportunities for you to do something at home whilst also studying. As a student, often your main priority is to study and pass your exams, and with a part-time job on the side, it can be really hard to balance that. Let's jump into some brilliant work at home options. So the best paying job for a student is tutoring. Tutoring is so good for university students. It's so good for college students because you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Some websites even offer £20 an hour, and that, it may not seem like a lot to you, but that is so much more than the minimum wage, and that is so much more than you'll get at a part-time job. You can decide the hours you want to work, you can set your own prices, and you can literally do it from your bedroom, and it's just so convenient. You basically get paid to go through a worksheet or a little lesson with a student, and it honestly isn't as intimidating as it may seem. I'm honestly a really shy person and I do really well with it, so don't feel scared to try it out. Don't worry if you're not the smartest person ever. You honestly don't need to be. All you need for most websites is a qualification higher than the one you want to teach. So if you have a biology A-level, for example, that means that you can teach GCSE biology, you can teach triple science, double science, key stage 3 science, and it's honestly just, there's such a range of things that you can teach. And I feel like the subjects which are the most in demand have to be GCSE maths, key stage 3 maths, also all of the sciences for GCSE and key stage 3. That's not to say that you can't tutor other subjects, it's just that these are the most sought out for, so these probably pay the most and you would be able to find jobs for these more easily. So I'm personally paid £20 an hour. At my peak, I worked 3 to 4 hours a week. It's so much less effort than going to a whole day of work and getting paid the same amount of money. And it's just something that you can easily do on the side. Like, it really doesn't affect your day-to-day life. You just have to sit in front of your computer for 1 hour. So I teach for schools and I also teach privately, and the systems that I use to teach these are MyTutor and Tutorful. Those are probably the best websites, but there are other websites and those probably have less of a waiting list. My teaching method is personally focused on exam-based questions. So if I'm going to tutor something, I'm going to find all of the exam-based questions I can find for that subject and then pick the best ones that test you on every single aspect of that topic. And I feel like this is just the way to go because you don't want to be sitting there planning this long lesson and at the end of the lesson the student still doesn't understand. The best way to teach students is to test them constantly, so you can test and see what their knowledge is and see how they understand the concept. So I personally made over 1,200 maybe on tutoring. With the school sessions, sometimes they don't even come to the session and they still pay you for that time, so it's honestly just a win-win. All these kinds of websites, they do require an application process and an interview, but the interview is online and it's honestly really chill. They just ask you why you want to tutor with them, maybe they ask you to do a little lesson, and that's pretty much it. As a student, I really recommend that you go into this. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. So do you have a skill that you're really good at? Because in this day and age, you can be paid for being good at something, and it's just like something that you can just easily get money from. You can be paid for literally almost anything. As in, I've checked freelancing websites and people are paid to coach Fortnite. If you are good at anything, you can probably sell that skill. For example, if you can edit, if you can use Photoshop, if you can translate languages, even if you're good at Fortnite, like, there's an avenue for everyone. Freelancing is basically when you sell your ability to do something or to perform a task to someone else who requires that skill. If you know you're really good at something, then why would you do it for free? Like, you can actually sell a lot of your skills on freelancing websites. You can do proofreading, you can do digital marketing, you can create music, you can even coach people. And I feel like a lot of students especially don't freelance because they're scared of the effort that it might require. But honestly, if you're really good at something and you're willing to put the effort in, it would require a lot less effort than a conventional job. That brings me to the sponsorship of today's video, which is Skillshare. I am sure you've heard of Skillshare. I absolutely love it. I've been an advocate for it for ages now. And Skillshare is basically an online learning platform which has thousands of different classes. You can learn different skills, you can learn how to create your own business. It's just like an amazing platform. I personally learned how to edit on it using Ali Abdal's How to Edit series, and it's honestly just amazing. Like, you can learn how to edit, as I said before, you can learn how to use Photoshop, use Illustrate, all of these programs that require a lot of learning, or you can easily do it on Skillshare. It can also be a form of self-care and also a way to get away from academia and the stress of university. Rather than scrolling through social media, it's just like a really nice way to learn something new and to have fun outside of your day-to-day life. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so be sure to check it out. So now I'm going to be talking about another excellent source of income, which is YouTube. Obviously, YouTube is not for everybody. Not everyone wants to make a YouTube channel, fair enough. But if you do want to make a YouTube channel and you do put in the work and you do put in the effort, you have the potential to earn a lot of money. So me personally, I don't really earn a lot of money from AdSense itself. AdSense is basically a part of Google which pays you for the adverts watched on your YouTube. But per each view, you probably get like 2p. So it's honestly not that much from the adverts. But the potential for sponsorships, that is where the money comes in. Like, some of these companies will really pay you just to talk about something for literally 1 minute. As your following increases, the amount these sponsorships are willing to pay for you to promote something gets so high. And I just feel like a lot of people want to make a YouTube channel, but they're just scared. They're just scared of like what other people might think of them, or they're not gonna know how to edit, their video's gonna be bad. Let me just tell you, the first few videos are going to be a bit bad and you can delete them later once you realize you can do better. But honestly, if you want to make a YouTube channel in 2022, or just like start on any other social media, just start. Like, if you're scared, you can either follow your dreams and do what you actually want to do with your life, or you can live your life in regret. Like, come on. I'm so grateful to my past self for having the confidence to start a YouTube channel, because I've had so many opportunities from it. I've enjoyed the process and I'm making money from it now as well. So if you want to make a YouTube channel, then please just go for it. You won't regret it. And then if you do and realize it's not for you, you can always delete your channel. You can always just like erase everything, and that will be okay as well. Okay, so let's move on to my last way to make money as a student, and that is through agency jobs and gigs. Now, this is obviously a more active form of money making compared to the other points I made before, but it's a very useful job, especially for a student lifestyle. Unlike conventional jobs, you can actually manage your hours, you can manage where you want to work at, and you can also have it on a day that's convenient for you. There also isn't such a vigorous interview process, because some of these retail jobs act so prestige, like, because some of these jobs on Indeed, I swear thousands of people are applying for it, but no one's getting an interview. Like, I'm not understanding this. It is so hard to find a part-time job as a student. It's like you'll be applying and no one's reaching back to you. Like, I just don't get it. I really do recommend going to these agency jobs and doing some research into that. A lot of people work at Wembley and concert arenas, and they even get to watch the concert as well. And as well as this, there's also an app called Stint, and if you're a student, you can use this, and it basically just shows shifts that are available in your area, and you just have to wear like a certain uniform and turn up at the shift at the time they want you to, and it's just really easy and it's really simple. So these shifts are often to do with catering, so you would probably work as a waitress or a cleaner, and that's pretty much it. It's quite a straightforward process. So guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you found it useful, and I really hope you learned something from it. Hopefully you can now make more sources of income as a student, and I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Bye.